Are you there?
I'm here.
Oh,
Sandy, we can't hear you.
Okay, guys, we're live.
Where's Sandy?
Okay, I think there she is. Oh, wait. Sandy? Who's that at the bottom? Oh, we got Guy Fauqes. Guy?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey,
Yes.
Guy. Welcome.
Oh, good.
We're still trying to get Sandy back in here. It shows she's in here. But
Yeah, for me, saying I needed to be added. I was in the background.
yeah, we got you back. Sorry about that.
Sandy,
So-
let me text Sandy.
So let me just say. Oh,
I just texted her.
okay. Yeah, try to bring her back in. Yeah, sorry guys.
Brian.
Yes.
There she
I have
is.
it on Messenger. It won't let me look at the list and be in StreamYard at the same time.
All right, that's fine. We worked it out. So
I've got the show up, guys, on my phone, on my TV. I got my laptop hooked into my TV, so I can see the show right now.
guys, let me just say something. Sorry about this, folks. YouTube has gotten rid of the ability to use Hangouts integrated with YouTube. So so we're using a program, StreamYard. So again, sorry for the delay, but we are here and we've got some brand new Emmys for you guys. We have our special guest tonight, Curious&Curiouser, and we also have another special guest who's decided to join us tonight, Guy Fauqes. So without any further ado, Sandy, are you there?
I'm here. Why don't we have Curious&Curiouser say hello? Hello.
Hey guys,
Okay.
let's give a nice warm welcome.
And Guy Fauqes, you want to say hi?
I'm really glad to be here and to meet you. I've seen a lot of your stuff.
Yes, a very warm welcome from me and everyone. Very excited about you being here. Been hyper all day about this, so I'm really looking forward to this. Real excited.
And again, so sorry for all the.
Yes, we apologize.
Nightmare. This was a nightmare. I have been stressing all day over this. I am so glad this is finally fixed.
Yes, welcome again.
Special thanks to Scarab Performance for helping Brian learn this literally an hour and a half ago.
Yes.
Because otherwise we wouldn't have a show tonight. So do you want to jump into the list and just get started so we can get moving?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and so we have some birthday announcements, don't we?
We have a ton of birthday announcements. Everybody's going off.
Okay. So we have some birthday. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
Theresa, why don't you do the birthday announcements? Do you have the birthdays in front of you?
No, I have the questions. Did you send it to me?
Yeah.
How about? Can I read them off?
Wishing a happy birthday to myself.
Can I read them off?
Yeah, you do it, Brian. I just have the questions.
Okay. So we have Tristan Pearl, August 2nd. We got Lisa DaMoude Smith, the 2nd as well. We got on the 3rd today. Wow. Happy birthday, Lorrie Grimes today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And on the 7th, Andrea Beer. 7th also, we have Bruce Kellam. I hope I'm saying that right. Wow, we got Guy Fauqes coming up on the 9th.
Happy birthday, Guy Fauqes.
When's your birthday, Guy?
The 9th.
The 9th. The 9th.
Oh, happy birthday.
the 9th.
Early birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also on the 9th, we got Darko, Dado, Franjkobick.
Don't try
I'm
it.
saying that right. On the 11th, we have Collin Taylor and Running Fauqes. And, 16th is Sandy.
Yay.
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 Yay, Sandy. The 19th, we got Lorraine Laraway. Wow, we got Rick Satterwhite. Is Rick in the chat? He's on the 20th.
Yeah, he's there somewhere.
All right. All right, Rick. And we got Jimmy JamzTV. How about that? He's on the 23rd.
Yeah.
26th, we have Jennifer Ammann-Macaulay. And also Stasha Erickson.
Yeah, Stasha.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
A lot of August birthdays. Sheena Reddaway. Reddaway on the 27th. The 29th, Jeffrey Williams.
Okay, Ninja, who's supposed to be here and isn't.
Yeah, Ninja. We hope to see you tonight.
We just lost Theresa.
The 29th, David Johnson. I hope he's in the chat. Happy birthday to him as well. Coming up on the 30th, we got Cynthia Molesky, and then 31st, John Nicholson. Well, I hope we got everybody.
And Rick Swain is the 11th. I'll add you to the list. So happy birthday to Rick Swain. The 15th is a Bobbing Grace. There's so many people's birthdays. We get them from Facebook. So you guys got to join that Facebook group. That's how we find everybody. We lost Theresa though, Brian.
All right. It stuff happens. She'll come back.
She'll come back. Okay.
So we have some Emmy rewinds and then Emmy animals coming up. So let's talk about these rewinds. Actually, do you want to move to the guest and sort of?
No. Let's stick in order because Teresa's got the questions.
There we go. Let's do that.
Okay, so the rewinds first. You want to go to LEP 12 for everything.
LEP 12. Okay, can everybody see that? Can everybody see my screen? Okay.
I can't see it on the broadcast.
Well,
there we go. Now you're up.
There's about a 20-second delay. You have to remember that.
Well, Dan told me there was no delay, so that's why.
All right. So what's the first one we're looking at?
The first one we are looking at is Rewind Parmesan.
Parmesan. That sounds.
And I hate to tell you this, Brian, you weren't the one that found it. In
Really?
2014, this was found. 2014.
Are you serious?
Yeah, by Small Town, Iowa on Reddit. I have the post in the folder.
It used to be Parmesan, but now it's What is it? Parmesan.
Well, that's why I want to
Parmesan.
ask in chat. Guys, can you please spell Parmesan in chat?
Yeah. Before I show the residue, how do you spell Parmesan, guys?
Well, you're already showing residue.
Sorry.
There's multiple ways, so you didn't really give it away.
Oh, wow. Dale, I'm going to highlight that comment. Dale Hess says he found a Cup of Noodles or Cup O Noodles commercial. Because as you know now, it's Cup Noodles.
Well, that's actually a company change.
Yeah, they did change that.
Oh, they did? Okay.
But the ME is the year it happened.
Oh, the year it happened? Okay.
Yeah, because people remember it as into the 2000s, but they changed it all the way back to the 90s. Like, people are saying, like, I was too young to remember that change. You understand?
Yeah. Okay, so we have two for Parmesan. Brian Stavely says Parmesan, like how I remember it, S-E-A-N.
You need that "ja" sound, "ja."
Exactly, because the word it comes from is Parmigiano, which is it's actually Italian, Parmigiano. So it doesn't make sense to call it Parmesan. Anyway, so we got Theresa back. Hey, Theresa.
Oh, geez, you scared me.
Oh, it ain't Halloween yet.
Oh my God, no. Okay, I'm back in. Oh my gosh, this is really freaking me out. All these problems.
Parmesan right now, Theresa.
What?
We're on the first Mandela effect.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
So Brian thought he found this Mandela effect. He did a video on it in 2017. But apparently, Small Town Iowa found it 3 years before that, before many of us even woke up to the Mandela effect. That's what blows my mind. He found it in 2014.
Garlic Parmesan crusted potatoes from leftovers.
Curiouser, how do you remember Parmesan being spelled? Do you remember how it is now, or how it?
I remember it's being spelled differently, but I can't remember how it was spelled differently. I think that I'm not. I don't really remember this one too well.
I have residue here for S-I-A-N and S-E-A-N.
There's both, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Now, Sandy, are you saying that somebody did a Mandela effect video on this in 2014?
No, they did a post on
It
Reddit.
was a Reddit post about it.
Which is
Okay,
the
but it
screen. It's in
yeah.
the folder.
That's wild.
Yeah, this
There
is
it is
it.
right there.
Small town Iowa, 5 years ago. Parmesan cheese is actually spelled Parmesan. I see. It surprised me. What about you, Guy? What do you remember? How do you remember it being spelled?
I didn't have to spell that word much, but I've always said Parmesan. So that's, I don't know. That's strange.
Yeah, it is. I think it was SEAN at one point.
There is much more residue for EAN than there is IAN.
It very well could be IAN too. Oh my goodness. All right, so I mean, most people remember Tostino's pizza rolls. I'm from the Tortino's pizza rolls, and I know there's other people like from the Tortino's, and other people are remembering Totino's. So it's weird.
It was Tostino's. I remember Tostino's.
Tostino's is what a lot of people remember. I remember
It's
Tortino's
now, right?
and now it's Totino's.
Yep.
So let me ask you this: where did that come from?
What do you mean?
Where
It was random because I was thinking about Italian food and pizza.
There you go.
Okay, so what's next? What do we have?
Next is a Mandela effect from my good friend Gemini Vision, and he did a video which is linked in the description in case anyone wants to check it out. But you're looking for the folder LEP 12-0, like the word 0, not the number.
Okay, Gemini Vision.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the ghost dog. Can you guys see this?
Dog.
0, the ghost dog.
0, the ghost dog. Now, if anyone's ever seen A Nightmare Before Christmas,
Yep.
you did. You have, Crystal. How about you guys?
Yeah, it's different now.
Yeah, I remember almost an olive-shaped red nose.
And
Guys
now,
in the chat, do you remember a red nose or a pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern? Excuse me. What do you remember, Guy?
Here you go.
Guy, you there?
You there? Guy.
Oh, I think he's muted. He's muted. He walked away a minute.
all right.
Anyway, there's a few images there of how it is now, so people can see the difference.
Okay, guys, back. Hey, Guy. Guy.
Hey, I'm here. It's real easy to touch the wrong thing with this phone and get booted out.
That's okay. We're all learning today.
You touch your screen the wrong way, and next thing you know, you're gone.
Yeah, Theresa completely left the whole screen.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I know you're back. Guy, did you ever see A Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah, but it was a long time ago, so I don't have any really solid connections or anchor.
Well, maybe the residue will help. I remember a red nose that was shaped kind of like an olive, not round, like an olive. It was thinner than it was round, and it's always a jack-o'-lantern, a big round jack-o'-lantern, and like I said, Gemini Vision found this change. He brought it up to me back in, I'd say September maybe or October of 2018, and I think his video is from December, maybe November. But Brian, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
You want to show the residue?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's look at it.
Thank you, Ryan.
And for Curiouser&Curiouser and Guy Fauqes, I don't know if they know, we do like some Mandela effect rewinds for the new people who haven't been in the community, who've missed these Mandela effects.
Sounds good.
Yeah. That's why we call it.
It wasn't a pumpkin, that's for sure.
Yeah. There are some images of the pumpkin, how it is now, to show people.
I do not remember a pumpkin at all.
No, it's ridiculous.
Wow.
Hold on. So that guy had a tattoo of it?
Yeah.
of the
Yeah, you're
right.
not gonna get that wrong. If you're
No.
gonna tattoo it.
There's so
Dude.
many tattoos of the red nose.
Oh yeah.
Definitely
There
residue.
you go.
Well, that's all the evidence I need.
That's all the evidence you need.
Oh, the fish.
Everybody see that?
Yeah, we're getting to that, Theresa. Don't worry.
Oh, sorry.
But
Subliminal changed his name again. Oh.
as you guys know, my channel is dedicated to also sharing my Christian faith and other people's as well. I've really been looking at the religious implications of the Mandela effect too.
There's a lot of good recipes, Sandy.
Yeah. Good residue. Yes.
Yep, there you go. That does not look like a pumpkin nose to me, I saw this movie a long time ago, and I definitely don't remember the pumpkin. It was always a red glowing nose to me, and I remember that 100%.
It looks crazy to me with jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
it
not
looks.
like you would have mistaken it. It's definitely an orange jack-o'-lantern.
Yes.
Well, something else. I don't know if this is a Mandela effect or not, but they were talking about a couple years ago when The Nightmare Before Christmas. Many people didn't know that it wasn't directed by because
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton, yeah,
It
Tim
wasn't-
Burton.
yeah.
He didn't direct it,
You didn't?
and it shocked the world when people found out. But it was actually directed by someone else.
Tim Burton didn't direct this?
Tim Burton wrote the movie. He wrote the script or something, or wrote the story, but he didn't actually direct it.
I thought he directed this.
Is that the same thing with Batman? I think he directed Batman, didn't he?
Huh.
That one I don't know.
Tattoo with a red olive on the top.
Andy, how much residue did you give Brian?
There's a ton of residue.
Ton of
for this.
residue.
It's crazy.
Okay.
That's why there's even more in Gemini Vision's video, which again is linked in the description. He could really use some, so please check his channel out.
Sometimes we get carried away with residue, right, Sandy?
Yep. And guys,
We get, yeah.
What's that?
Can you see the chat?
Guy, can you see the chat?
Yeah, no, I'm only seeing the screen with the residue.
Wow. Okay.
That
I was
residue
gonna
changed.
say,
That
drop
was
the link I'll put in there. I'm going to drop a link to your channel because I didn't know you were coming on. You're not in the description, so I'm going to drop the link to your channel in the chat.
Oh, okay,
yeah. That's right. I mean,
cool.
which, by the way, I'm going to go through and also share the channels. The links are in the description. I'm going to go through and add yours in there too, Guy.
Cool.
All right, so that was it for that one. Sandy, you there?
Yes. Now you're going to look for the zero. It's go back LEP12 -0 fish.
Wait, zero what?
Fish.
fish.
Yep. It's right there below it. You see it? 0, aka the small spine spookfish.
Wow.
There's an
That's
actual
insane.
fish that looks just like 0.
No way.
Oh, that is so crazy looking. Oh
That-
my gosh.
I found that looking for residue, and I'm like, no way, this is real. It's real.
Could that be what they based it off of?
It's a dog. I don't know why they would.
I know,
You
right?
know what I'm saying? Like, why would they base a dog off a fish?
I'm more suspicious that reality caught up with the movie.
Right here.
Yeah.
What do you think about this fish?
Look at the eyes.
That's creepy.
It's very bizarre.
At least it doesn't have a phallic look to it.
Well, that's great.
Some of these animals are so strange.
All right, so we found a 0. It's a spookfish, a small spine spookfish. Say that 3 times fast. All right, so what's the next one we got?
Okay, the next one is spider. You're looking for the one that's labeled spider.
People are loving this little spider that looks like a happy old man.
Yep. It really does.
This was discovered last year. Let me see if I could. Okay, there's a better picture. You see that?
Yeah, I found this a couple weeks ago.
Looks like a happy old man.
Literally a man on the back of a spider.
Oh God,
You guys see that?
doesn't look real.
Doesn't.
And not to mention, you know, we have snake caterpillars. I know we've talked about that before, but
We have all sorts of crazy stuff in nature now. That looks like a regular orb weaver, which I see all the time at my mom's house. But with a little man on the back.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Your friendly neighborhood spider. All right, what's next?
Next is Theresa is up, and so is Curious&Curiouser.
All right, so we got our special guest and Theresa. Go for it, guys.
Theresa, you ready? Is Theresa still with us?
There she is. Theresa, you there?
Hello? Yes.
We're ready for. It's time to read the questions to Curious&Curiouser.
Okay. Got it. Sorry about that. I had gotten kicked out again. Alrighty. Let me get my question number 1. You ready?
Sure.
All right. Here we go. Sorry.
You want me to get started? We'll take turns, 1 and 2.
I got it. I'm sorry. I had to scroll back. Okay. Question number 1. When did you first become aware of the Mandela effect?
When did I first what? I'm sorry?
Oh, when did you first become aware of the Mandela effect?
Oh,
And
yeah.
when did you wake
Okay.
up?
This is going to be, I believe, March 2016, maybe even a little before then. But that's when
Wow.
I started to see the information online. And then I went to the videos, and there was very little of it. But I couldn't believe it, you know. It just was very mind-blowing to me. Yeah. And so I started to take the information and save it. And then I thought, you know, I got to get this out there somehow. So that's why I started to make the videos. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was a long time ago, and I noticed that I've had some very. I mean, I've been affected by a lot of the Mandela effects, just a lot of them, And
Mhm.
I've had some very strange ones that people don't really agree with, like the Marlboro cigarettes without the L, and the Coca-Cola just spelled as COKE and cola, and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, where was I at this time? Nobody else was around. Yeah, no, really, I'm like in this other place, but I have been affected by very many of them.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Do-
and some of them are just so
mhm.
clear. And yeah.
Well, you're leading us into question number 2. That's why I'm like,
Yes.
Teresa?
Okay, I'll read question number 2. What was the first in me that made you realize this was more than just a trending YouTube topic? Like, what was your very first aha? Like, oh my gosh. Yeah,
Wow.
the first one. Oh, no, did I lose? Did I get kicked out again? Oh, no.
I can hear you, but I
Oh.
think these are excellent questions, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Sandy and I can't hear them.
I can't either. Just you and me right now, I guess.
Oh no. Sandy? Oh no.
Isn't that odd? I mean, how do we get booted out as a group? Or did they crash? Did they crash? I don't understand.
We can't hear you. Uh-oh. How do we get back in?
That maybe if you sign out and sign back in, that might do it.
Okay. Because I'm in that app, the
Yeah, I'm on my phone, but yeah.
shoot. How do
I'll
do I just hang up? They can't hear me. Shoot. Can you type something in the chat?
Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that.
Wait a minute. Who's up there right now? There's 2.
I'm back.
That's us talking. Look. See?
Hold on. I'm trying to get. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, what happened?
We lost Guy. I'm trying to get back.
No, I was just talking to Guy. I was just talking to Guy.
I'm back, guys. My computer blue screen. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, guys, back. There we
I
go.
just want to say really quick, guys, this app that we're using is a beta. That's why we're having issues here. Sorry, Teresa,
Whew,
you're jumping in on number 4 now.
I was on number 2.
I know you're jumping to 4. You're jumping to number 4.
Wait, you're already up to number 4?
Yeah, she answered number 3 without us even asking.
I couldn't hear anything. Okay. Do you want me to go to number 5?
No, go to number 4, Teresa.
4? Okay. What led you to decide? Huh?
No, go ahead, Teresa. Number 4. It's okay.
What led you to decide to create a channel? I think you kind of discussed that earlier. And started making Mandela Faques videos. And when did you create your channel? We didn't know exactly when you actually started your channel. You mentioned that you woke up in 2016, but when did you actually decide, okay, I'm going to do a channel?
Okay, I did, like I said, it was 2016. It was the very beginning of the year, and then I did start my videos officially March, April of 2016.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You were doing these way before Brian, right, Brian?
Yeah, I think Curious&Curiouser was doing it way before me, I think.
You were probably like in the first ones with wasn't that like Dr. what was his name? Taran Lupa? Wasn't he around that time? There wasn't very many of you guys around, right? At that time?
Something feet. Do you remember that?
What was it called?
Something feet, the name of I was watching these videos. I'm sorry, I forgot the name.
Huh.
But I guess you guys don't know. But there were some real old timers that I guess they just quit though.
Oh wow.
they didn't continue it or anything, but now that there's so many of them.
Oh, yes.
But yes, and there was just a few. I remember there was me and I do remember Scarab and Moneybags started.
Yeah.
Definitely was watching those and making videos, and we were kind of just sharing them together. And then, God, there's just to me, there's just been so many effects. It's just been constant. As people have said that it's slowing down, but I think it's speeding up. It's getting more and more. I can't keep up with them. Yeah.
I agree.
You're like going right down the list without us even asking you.
Can I go to number 5?
Yeah, go to number 5.
Number 5. I'm sorry, I'm numbering these. When did you decide to call your channel we got Curious and Curiouser because that's how you originally started out, correct?
Yes.
And it was why did you decide, not when? Why?
And why did you rename And why did you rename yourself Curious and Curiouser on your channel? Like, how did you get your name and why did you change it?
Okay, I did start with the Curiouser&Curiouser, and then people were commenting and saying that it was an ME, that my name was actually Curious&Curiouser, and that that's how they remember me. And I remember the name, and I said, I never changed the name, and I don't know where they're getting that from. And so eventually I decided to do a new channel, and I didn't know of a name, and a commenter had suggested the name Curious&Curiouser. So I said, okay, I'll name it that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because of
Cool.
the Emmy was so big.
That's an awesome name. I mean,
Thank
I
you.
love it. Fantastic. Fantastic name. Number 6. Let me keep going, Sandy?
Yeah, just keep going.
Okay. In your opinion, what do you believe is causing the Mandela effect to happen? What do you believe?
Right.
What do you think?
That's a big one. There's been some theories I've read that I really actually like, but I don't know if I believe them completely. The parallel universe one is a big one, and but it seems to. But I kind of it sounds kind of strange, but I kind of like the black hole idea. Maybe it's an effect from a black hole, 0 point, maybe a wormhole. I'm kind of with.
Did you get that from Starfire Tour? You get that from her? She's doing the whole black hole thing back in 2009.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that, and
she claims that's
a lot of
people
don't agree with that. But I do think we are in a strange realm, maybe perhaps another dimension. I feel like a complete stranger here. Everything's very strange, and I know it's not where I used to be. If that
100% makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. I also maybe something happened. Maybe a shock wave happened to the old place where we were. Maybe a lot of us weren't finished with our lives and came here. I don't know. But yes, there's a lot of good theories out there.
There is, and that's the problem. We'll never know.
But I don't think I have any concrete beliefs on it. It does remain such a mystery. I know.
Well, I'm with Tonette here, and I have to highlight her comment. Regardless of who and how, she says this is ultimately spiritual warfare and fulfilled prophecy. That's I'm leaning toward that.
And since we lost Theresa, I'm going to continue with the questioning because we've lost her again.
I could see where you would lean towards that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be a way of dividing people. This half over here and this half over there. The wheat and
Right.
the tares is what I constantly remember. I'm reminded of Photo Helix, who used to say that like religiously, like with the wheat and the tares. If anybody remembers some of his videos,
I got kicked.
go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut in. Go ahead.
It's okay. Teresa's back anyway, so she can continue. What's the next one, Teresa?
Okay, sorry. This app is not very good, guys. I apologize. This
And
stream, whatever.
Can I just say, also, a lot of people may think it's something evil, and a lot of people think it's good.
Oh my
but,
gosh, wait, I have to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Remember how we
Number
talked
7?
before the show about synchronicities?
sure.
Just stop what you're saying for 1 second, and Teresa, read the next question.
Number 7.
8.
Do you believe there is a common thread or attribute?
Read number 8. Read number 8. Teresa.
Number 8? Oh, I'm sorry.
Read
Do
number 8.
you? Number 8? Okay. Do you see the Mandela effect as a negative or a positive phenomenon? And do you think it's beneficial to the affected in any way? Like, how does it, do you think it's positive, negative, or how does it affect us and how does it help us? Like,
You just know how I'm thinking, so it's I really do think that it's not something to be afraid of.
no.
It doesn't seem to be threatening our existence, and I think that if people are at peace with it, I think that's just fine. But I think there's also a need to be cautious. Maybe something big is going to happen. I'm not saying it has to be a good thing. It may be some kind of destruction, but it may be beyond our control too. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
I'm not going to call it good or bad. I don't think we should be afraid of it.
I agree. I agree.
Either way, God's in control. You know, so whatever happens, you know, I feel like I've lost some of my friends and family due to the Mandela effect,
Mm-hmm.
and but I've also gained, you know, family and of course you guys, you know.
That's how I look at it.
Right. I also I just want to say that now that the initial shock of everything is kind of leaving, I think we should accept that we may be in a different place, you know, better than we have been. I think it's kind of up in the. I think it's a very real thing. Once we learn to accept that, I think
I agree with you.
It'll be easier for us to acclimate.
I think we all, when you first wake up, I think we all went through different stages. Like I went through shock and denial and depression, and I think we all can agree on that. Don't you agree that we all went through stages? Sorry, that's not in the question, but I kind of wanted to ask it. Do you agree that we all went through stages when we woke up? You know, the depression, the shock, and I'm now at the acceptance stage. I'm like, okay, here we go again with another Mandela effect. Sometimes I don't do the, like I'll have my spazzing out moments, as Dan says, but I'm gotten to the point where I try to be calmer. My spazzing out.
From here, we're going to go back to 7. I just wanted to point out that she was like literally hitting everything I have without even us asking. That's all.
That's how I think.
Yeah. Teresa, just go back to 7 now. I'm sorry.
Number 7? Oh, okay. My bad. Number 7. 7 was, do you believe there's a common thread or attribute among those affected? Like, do we have a lot of things in common? You know, there's something that connects us all together, you know, our different, you know, of course we all have different personalities, but what else do we all have in common that connects us all in this? I guess we can call it our community.
We do have the memories in common, so that definitely right there does connect us because of that. But one thing I want to mention is how bizarre people who aren't affected are acting, or
Yes.
how they just don't think it's anything. You know, you would think they would be like, oh, you know, they just seem so uninterested. That they've been like this so much that I've often thought that maybe they just aren't real, that maybe they're robots. You know,
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Like you know, like the Truman Show. Remember how everybody was just acting around him?
exactly. And so, and I think that we understand each other so much better through the memories, and that
Mhm.
just that alone does connect us.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to mention that, and I was thinking of writing it in a video, that the way people are acting that aren't affected is just, they're just so, it's like they're bored, they don't care. But it's not a boring subject, it's something that they would, you know, they're just don't care. I
They
don't
don't-
understand that.
I don't think they want their, as I tell people, I don't think they want their bubble bursted, because if their reality is changed,
Yeah, I could see that, but
yeah.
yeah, I know.
I think it's, yeah, because I was going to say, it's,
maybe too much for them.
this is a phenomenon. This should be like either fascinating
Right.
or like, people should be in awe, or like, you know what I'm saying? It's not,
Right.
This is something that should
Some
not
kind of
be
reaction.
possible. The changes shouldn't be possible. And for people
Yes.
to be like, I don't care, okay, whatever, that's what I hear all the time. You know what I'm saying? I
It's-
can't even imagine that reaction.
You know what it seems like to me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, guy.
It
Go ahead.
often, it almost feels like a spell, like a magic spell is over people. Like they
Yeah.
first
Yes.
start seeing it, and then the
Yeah.
spell takes hold, and they're back into the other mode. For my
Right,
son,
yeah.
my son is super logical, super smart, you know,
Mhm.
calculus in school. You know, when I first presented these things to him,
Mhm.
he had admitted with me the memories were there. He remembered these things, and he told me that he didn't sleep the entire night thinking about this. So it bothered, you know, it definitely got to him because he knew what he knew. But then shortly after, just kind of slipped back into the old, you know, just like it didn't matter anymore. Like like at first he was like there, and then it just kind of like I don't know,
Wow.
it's like a magic, you know, it's just so weird. It's like,
Right.
did somebody like invaders in what's it, Invasion of the Body Snatchers or something like that?
Yes.
It's like somebody just took him away. He was right there, and then he's just gone.
I was gonna say, like, Mr. Sandman came and sprinkled sand over him and put him back to sleep. Like, that's how I feel,
Exactly.
you know, like, it's crazy. So we're just gonna read through the questions. You may have already
Another one?
answered them. We'll move on, but just go on, because I know there's a lot where she's already answered this year. So just go with
Okay.
on, Theresa.
What number am I on?
You're on 9.
9? Okay. Number 9. Has the Mandela effect affected your personal life and relationships in any way? For example, angering your friends, you know, them getting upset.
Yeah, well,
We lost Theresa, but did you get the gist
she's
of her
gonna say,
question?
and there's more to the question. It was,
is she coming back?
Yes.
She keeps getting dropped. The rest of the question was, besides
Okay.
that, and do you know anyone in real life who is also affected that you can talk with about the Mandela effect? So, like I said, you just touched on this, but
Okay, the people I relate to, it seems like, okay, first of all, it's a subject I can talk to them about. They may not agree with it, it seems. It seems like they're just understanding, but yet they don't quite agree. It's funny, and they'll let's see, I had mentioned
It's like they changed their tune.
oh yeah, I mentioned one to my brother, the "No, I Am Your Father" one, because he's a big Star Wars
Mhm.
fan, and he had mentioned a whole new one, which I thought was really funny, because he put both of them together. He said, "No, Luke, I am your father." Yeah. He said he remembered both of them together.
He was having a dual memory to put them together.
Yeah.
You guys
But,
probably understand whenever I say this, but let me ask you, like, you work around people, just regular people who probably don't even know of the Mandela effect, and you want to bring it up to them, but you're afraid to for fear of either losing your job or maybe they think you're crazy.
I'm so sorry, Brian, to interrupt.
I am sorry. I'm very sorry about that, and I'm adding to the time. I apologize.
What happened?
So what I'm saying is, like, I hear people talking about these famous movie quotes and stuff like that, and I feel like correcting them, saying like, "Hey, it's never been this way." You know that, right? You know, but I can't. You know, I really don't get into it in like groups at work. I don't talk about it at work. I mean, what's your thoughts? I mean, do you talk about it at work freely, or?
I do not, and tell you the truth, I have kept a lot of it to myself.
Wow.
I just tell people if they are interested, they can go to my channel and see what's going on with that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I have kept internalized a lot of it, and that's why it's nice, you know, to get to talk to, and that's nice to go kind of escape to YouTube. Mm-hmm. A lot of the time. Yeah, so I can understand. I can also, you know, if somebody does agree with it, something's changed, it just doesn't, you know, I don't even bat an eyelash. It's not a surprise to me. It's like, okay, yeah, they know too, you know. Somewhere inside, you know, they've got to reach their own conclusions or whatever, what's going on. I don't know. So
Is Theresa with us?
Theresa, you there?
I'm here. Yeah,
You're on 10, Theresa.
I'm here. Okay, number 10.
Yes.
This is my favorite one because I've had this happen to me a lot. I don't know if Brian and Sandy has, but I'm going to ask you. Have you ever observed any changes happen in real time, whether it's an image changing in front of you, something in real life, geographic changes, you know, like buildings, or something that you didn't remember, a tree there and now it's gone or it appeared, or buildings? I myself have had residue that, because I'm a residue hunter, as you know, and I've watched residue that I found, like, for example, mellow yellow. I found letters appear and disappear. I've had Chick-fil-A, the K appear, and I have observed numerous times watching residue. I'm not talking about movies or, you know, videos. I'm talking about a piece of a picture. I'm staring at it on a computer and it changed. And I also had things happen to me in real time, as far as logos on boxes merging in front of me, like on my shelf. I've watched the merging move and it freaked me out. Yeah, I've had too many bizarre experiences, and I'm wondering if you experienced anything like that.
well, I have had a couple of things happen. Well, first of all, there's a couple things right off the bat. There's a neighbor's light that has changed. It's always been a green color, and then one time, or actually a few nights, it changed to a real bright white color.
Wow.
So when I explored over there, just walking on the sidewalk and looking, I looked and it's just impossible for them to have changed it. So I'm like,
Wow.
how did the color change, right? And
did you ask them?
Like green. So, no, I have not asked them. I don't. It's not. It's an old light. It's not one of the new fancy kind you can change or anything. It's just. I thought that was very bizarre. It's like,
I was just thinking.
And also, a friend and I. Yeah, a friend and I at a park. We noticed some changes there. And then we looked at there's a little small concrete wall we never noticed. And then we looked at the concrete, and it didn't look new. We thought maybe it was new, but it wasn't, because it was old. It was old concrete. It looked like it'd been there for years.
Any
that we
any buildings? Any buildings appearing?
Sorry?
Any type of buildings? Like for example, Life Matrix, he had buildings appear like hotels that were never there, and all of a sudden there was a hotel there. Have you ever have you had any experience with buildings that weren't there, and all of a sudden there's like a company there, you know, like a building or fast food?
I have looked out for that. Not really buildings. I've noticed more like these smaller type changes. I am in a big city. I'm in a big city, and it's kind of an inside joke with me because I'm with a lot of Victorian houses, and it's just too hard to see and notice any changes on the houses because there's so many different colors.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Any logo changes in real life?
I've given up on that. But I have
Wow.
noticed out on the street that one day I noticed a whole bunch of bike lanes all of a sudden, and I thought that was very bizarre. I was like, okay,
Oh wow.
did they just make these because they looked old and there was no bike lanes before. All of a sudden, and I do ride my bicycle, so it was like, okay, all these bike lanes, and I'm like, okay.
That's
fine.
pretty significant, actually.
Yes.
Wow.
I know.
Significant.
Have you in your house where you live or wherever you happen to live at? Have you had any items that you remember being in one place, move, and you found it somewhere else?
Theresa, wait.
Sorry. Can I just mention? I really wanted to mention this because I just this is a new one for me. This hit like a ton recently. I haven't seen any pigeons. Okay, I live in a big city, and I've always seen pigeons around. I used to walk out my backyard, and there would be pigeons with a little small clusters of pigeons here and there. They're gone. I don't see them anymore. I don't know what that is about.
Do you want Brian to show the pictures?
Yeah, well, it's just a picture of a pigeon, so I would remember.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There were 3 pictures. I didn't know what they were, though. Like,
We should ask her what color pigeon she remembers. Remember, guys, all the different colors.
I don't know, but there used to be a little old lady down the block who used to feed them, and there was always just a ton of pigeons, and I don't see any anymore. And it's not something that somebody could go around and gather pigeon and not be noticed. This is something huge. This is like they just disappeared.
oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you're in a city, and there's no pigeons.
Yes.
Wow.
And, I mean, there are some, but there's hardly nothing like there was.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I'm in Philadelphia, and I don't see pigeons anymore either. But you know what I do see, which is very strange in Philadelphia? Dragonflies.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
I don't know why they're here.
Did we talk about the
they
grasshoppers too?
Huh?
Oh, we don't want to go there, Brian. They're already going to serve them on the pizza here.
But I'm serious.
Okay.
Dragonflies will actually drive up, like, if you're in the car, they'll fly up to your window and stare at you.
What?
Wow.
Yeah,
Dragonflies?
They're very interactive. One of these days, I'm gonna sit in my car and record it. It's weird. They're acting weird. That's all I can say.
A friend and I saw a swarm of locusts. That was weird. I've never seen those here
In the city.
Yeah.
That's insane. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so Theresa, you want, because we're moving again into more questions. Do you want to go to number 11? Or wait, number 11? Or we lost her?
Yeah, she'll be back.
All right, I'll
We lost
ask
her.
number 11. Have you experienced any changes in yourself, such as changes to your appearance, health, personality, etc., since you've become
That's a good question.
Yeah, it is because I'm getting older, so I'm noticing my aging going on. So it's kind of like I keep saying, oh, it's because I'm getting older. Well, it's much more easier for me to gain weight, so I think that may be age related. Let me see that. I'm trying to think what it could be. My eye coloring is. I noticed my eyes look more blue than they used to. I always thought I had green eyes, and now they're looking more like
Okay.
blue. I've noticed a lot more blue in them. I don't know what that's about.
And mine look greener, so I agree with that. That's one of the changes
Yeah,
I've noticed.
mine look greener too. They're brown, but they still got green in them. You know.
Can- oh, I'm back. Sorry, this app is not very good, Brian.
Yeah, we're
Brian.
we're trying to work around these issues, folks. I'm sorry about
Okay.
that. We keep
Every time I get out, guys, I'll come back in. Okay, just letting you know. If you see me get kicked out,
You bounce back pretty easily.
number 12. Oh my gosh, you guys. Number 12.
You're resilient.
Theresa, number 12.
Okay. Number 12. Okay. I'm here. Hold on. Number 12. Whew. Have you experienced any ringing in your ears, sleep disturbance, change in your sleep patterns, or any other changes in behaviors since being affected?
All right. Ringing in the ears is I have experienced it, but it's not like it's so seldom and so very little bit. So not really. I'm not. It's something I forget really easy that it ever happens. So, but let's see. There's. I'm sorry. What was the question? Okay.
That's okay. That's okay. I said it a little bit too fast.
Okay.
Have you experienced any ringing in your ears?
Sorry?
Oh, have you experienced any ringing in your ears? Sleep disturbance? I mean,
I think that, and I've read this before, people do agree with this, it may be a Mandela effect, I don't know, but that they're a lot, they're a lot more energized with less sleep, and I've noticed that. I can
yes.
more energetic with less sleep, and I never used to be that way. I used to really like to sleep a lot, as much as, as get all my sleep, basically. Now, I feel like I can get less sleep and still be okay. I don't know what that is about. I think a lot of people are agreeing with that. It's like something's more energetic and it's almost like a light feeling. Things have been just objects seem lighter to me. I don't know what that is.
Wow.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Just like kind of fragile or lighter. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's me. It could just be me. I don't know. But I think people are. I agree with the sleep thing.
Any changes in your behaviors? Your behavior being affected, like your personality wise? Like, do you feel like you're a different person? Like.
There are some things like I used to have some phobias. I noticed the fears of them have gone pretty, not completely, but
wow.
Much more than, okay, I used to have a storm phobia, and it's kind of embarrassing, but I admit it. So up until my adult years even. It's gone now.
I'm definitely afraid of lightning to this day.
Okay. It's gone. It's totally gone now.
Your fear
I
of
don't know where
weather?
it went, but I'm not afraid anymore. And it's
That's
like
awesome.
It's almost like I'm a different. Yeah, it is a good thing, but it's almost like I'm a different. I don't even remember how I used to be, and that's very strange to me. I do fear.
Great change.
Yeah, it is. I do have a fear of heights still, and I'm actually getting therapy for.
That's okay.
But I noticed that the fear is easier to work with. It's not just the therapy. It's something else. It's like something in me that. But yeah, stuff like that. I used to feel like I would hold on to those fears, and as a part of me. And now it's just they're just different. It's like they're old, so it's kind of like
Can I suggest a theory as to why it got better? It's just a theory. So my theory is you were asleep, okay? And that meant you were more likely to be afraid because your rational brain was sleeping. And now your rational brain is awake, your logical side.
Wow.
And it's telling you don't really need to be scared of these things.
Oh, yeah.
But again, just a theory, but we're more awake. So
I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting that you said you're my logical mind, because I don't know if you guys remember. Do you remember in math class, like your teacher would say, if you have to guess or something, pick the first one you remember. And a lot of times you're right.
Mm-hmm. I do.
And doesn't the Mandela effect, shouldn't that work the same way? I mean, people say these are false memories. How can they be? If you're, you already, you should go with that, that you remember.
And how can it be a false memory?
I'm back.
Sharing the same thing.
Right.
Welcome back, Theresa.
Sorry, this app is terrible.
Okay. You're on 13.
I was asking her about her health, but I don't know if she heard that question about, like I told her my asthma completely disappeared, and I don't know if she heard that, or did I cut out before that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I had full-blown asthma, and one day it just, asked Brian, I literally was on an inhaler 24/7 all the time. I carried it with me, and I wanted to know, part of the question was, did you notice your health improving? Like, do you feel more healthier?
Or
that was part of the question.
In my case, I wasn't sick until after the Mandela effect.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
For me, it's more like I'm more energized, and I don't know where it's coming from. I remember feeling like I would get more tired or lethargic, and now I don't feel like that anymore. I feel like I can really do all kinds of things I never used to really do. I'm not saying I'm in total good shape or anything, but more just like just a feeling that I'm awake and energized. But yeah, I was probably in better shape, but I was used to get tired more easily. So
you've increased stamina?
Right.
Wow.
Gotcha. That's kind of cool.
And I don't know if it's the atmosphere and the environment maybe more energized that way. I know the sun has been very intense.
Yes. You cannot go outside without wearing sunglasses anymore.
I almost passed out today.
I've often wondered if it's dying, because if we're in a different place, we don't know the ages of the sun or the earth or anything anymore. So maybe there's the sun may be going through some changes we wouldn't know about.
That's true.
Hey, Mike, I want to say that Mike Gomez says being awake more makes you burn more calories.
Yes.
So wouldn't that make you more tired faster? All right, Theresa, you're on 13.
13. Okay. In your opinion, do you think the Mandela effects are slowing down, speeding up, or vary throughout the year? What have you noticed about that? Do you think they're increasing?
There's a ton of them anymore. I think they're just keep going like crazy. I think they're definitely speeding up. I've compared to before, there was here and there before. Now it's just like I see them all over. I read all about them all over, and there's always new ones. And yeah, just seem to be more and more, which I don't know what that means.
Speaking of new ones, I have a new one you can bring to your brother tonight. Later on in the show, we're doing a new Star Wars one. So
okay.
Bring it to your brother. But I'm going to read the next question. It's Theresa Beer. There's only one more after this one, so we're almost done with the question.
Okay.
Do you think the changes to weather, cloud patterns, natural disasters, etc., are related to the Mandela effect?
Yeah. The clouds have been funny. they've been about as strange as those flowers and the spider where we're looking at them. To me, you know, they've just been, you know, people are seeing faces and triangles, and the only thing I can think of is that if it's not related to the Mandela effect, which can be possible, of course, maybe it's some kind of a technology, or somebody's faking them. They look really fake to me, but I don't know. Maybe it's both of them. I know both. Maybe both are happening.
I agree with you completely. Now, I'm going to interject here because one of the images was
Okay.
it to remind you, because it had to do with this.
Exactly. The images. That's why I have it there. I wanted to touch on this subject.
Okay, Brian, I'll have him pull up the image so they can see.
Sure.
Brian, can you pull up the LEP-12-Curious&Curiouser folder, please? There should be an image
Can he
there.
present?
Yes.
So this way, when she's talking, they can see what she's talking about.
And a lot of people say,
It's a cloud?
Yeah, the cloud. I'm sorry, Curious, what were you saying?
Created or fake, but if they're, you know, how the Mandela effect is just so weird and changing things, changing reality. Why it could be that, you know, it really could be.
I agree, but the image you shared, I know it's been going around around YouTube, but I don't see how it's possible to have that.
Exactly. It's just not, you know, it's not something that nature would just, you know, not something we can understand, or, you know. So this is.
Brian still doesn't have the picture up.
I'm still trying to find it.
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Teresa. We're waiting for Brian to pull up the picture up.
Oh, sorry. I got kicked out again. Y'all didn't realize it. I do not like this StreamYard.
It's a beta. I don't know why you're getting kicked out.
Hang on, which?
I keep getting kicked out every few minutes.
Because I'm
So
Teresa, it's LEP-12-Curious&Curiouser.
I'm not seeing it.
should be there.
Yeah, I just think that we could be going through a very rare event where laws of physics are changing. I think that it could be, strikes me as something that is very rare. You know, it's different. You know what I mean?
I do. Well, Brian's looking for, I'm sure most of you have seen this before because it's been in many videos. She had an image of a square cloud.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In my past, clouds cannot be square.
Yeah.
It's literally impossible.
Same here. I know, same here.
So, I mean, it's okay, Brian. We're just going to move on to the last question.
I'll show a picture of it so people know what we're talking about.
Wait, let me interrupt for 1 second. Good luck tonight. Tonight's going to be on Scarab Performance Channel tonight.
All right. Good job, Tanette.
Yeah, she's saying good night. She's headed over. Tanette.
Wait,
Good night, Tanette.
who's going to Scarab Channel?
Tanette is.
Tanette is.
Tanette, good luck.
So, guys, please be sure to catch Scarab Performance's show when we're done from this one. If you want to watch and hear what Tanette has to say.
Yeah, it's ladies' night. There's a few guests on tonight. All girls. So Brian's showing. Couldn't find the folder. He's showing square clouds on the internet. I mean, they literally look like it's a crop. Like it was literally made.
Yes, exactly.
Like hand painted, almost.
Like it's fake. That nobody knows.
I
I'm not saying what it is, or that it's all unknown, but it does look like it was made.
We're talking about square clouds.
They just look ridiculous to me.
Yeah. And, you know, and then wind doesn't blow like that, you know.
Well,
you know that.
No.
The shape of
it's not uniform. These are uniform square clouds.
Well, something else that I noticed a while back last year was, has anybody ever heard of anti-crepuscular rays?
Yeah,
No.
that's
Yes.
new to me.
Yes, Theresa actually saw
What
them
is
in
it?
Nevada, or her boss did. It's where like half the sky's a different color, right?
It's this where you see like the negative.
Whoa.
You see like negative sun rays on the opposite side of the sky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Theresa, either Theresa or Teresa's boss witnessed it in real life in Las Vegas.
I've never seen that before in my life.
I've never
No.
seen it either.
Did you ever cover those, Curiouser? Did you ever cover those, the square
No.
clouds? I don't remember.
Anti-crepuscular rays.
Oh yeah, no, not the crepuscular. What is it called?
Rays, you have it.
Anti-crepuscular.
Okay. I did cover the square clouds, but not the rays.
Well,
That's something I'd love to.
yes.
Wow.
All right, you want to get to the last question, Theresa? To the
Those-
last one.
Yeah, I think it was number
15, the last one.
yay. Number 15.
Oh crap! We lost Theresa
Again?
again.
All right, well, this is the easiest question. Is there anything you'd like to add or tell us that we didn't ask you?
Good question.
Sure. Yeah, like I was saying, I think that we may be in we may be in a black hole or something. I don't know. There's also the possibility, and this kind of sounds strange, but you know, everything else is strange too.
Everything's strange.
But I don't know if you've ever studied or looked up white holes. That's where
White holes.
you're in a black hole, and you're going out of. You're actually leaving a black hole, which is another possibility. If you feel like things are changing to in that kind of way, that you know what I mean. It would be.
And you know what? That would explain why
energy
it's like they're speeding up.
Right. Some stuff like that is just even just a feeling that you know of leaving something very dark or you know.
And it could also explain
Sleepier.
why the sun is brighter. Why
Yeah.
it's super bright.
Yeah, things are looking brighter and lighter somehow, but you know, it's on a more positive note. Maybe that could be a very nice thing, you know, to think about. I don't know.
Like our existence being reborn.
Yeah, exactly. A new place. But yeah. so I
I'll
just
tell you,
wanted
you need to
Which
check out Starfire Tour, because a lot of the stuff you're saying, I think you'd find interesting.
Okay.
Of what you said about
I
this.
will.
And
for sure.
apparently, she first presented this stuff back in like before Fiona Broom had the channel. Like she was on Coast to Coast talking about this, and she's got this whole thing about the
Oh,
Starfire
okay.
Tour.
TOR.
TOR. Yeah, I know it's a
Wow.
little crazy sounding, but from what I've seen, she was saying the Mandela effect before Fiona Broom. In fact, Fiona Broom watched the Coast to Coast that she was on and kind of picked it up from there. But she had actually said the thing about Nelson Mandela on that Coast to Coast interview. But she's got this whole thing that what's happened is that we've kind of been like at some point we were pulled into this huge black hole that's at the center of the universe, and it ripped apart things. And there's this thing called the core. She said she was using the term matrix before the movie The Matrix came out, so she's changed it to say the core matrix. The core matrix, she says, is kind of stitching reality back together. It's taking fragments, and those fragments are being shot out of that black hole, because you know how it streams out that energy. A black hole streams out
Right.
So anyway, the fragments of what used to be are being put back together in like a computer system.
Right.
and that's anyway, you've just got to check out her, because you've said so much that just sounds a lot like her.
Entropy and all that. It makes sense. The way they have explain the black holes anyway. If anything they say is true, it does make sense. And if you read up on all that, yeah.
And it actually
what
fits
they're going
with
through.
there's an article I came across from. It's a science article. People remember us being in the Sagittarius arm of the galaxy. Now we're
Right.
flying. Well, there's a black hole currently eating the Sagittarius arm of the galaxy.
Oh God.
So
Wow.
that actually is this whole thing that we're talking about, the
Uh-huh.
Starfire tour. That's very interesting to me. I have to look into that.
And laws of physics can be very berserko in a black hole if you think about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot of unexplainable stuff, like
Like
you know,
square
like
clouds.
the square cloud, exactly, stuff like that. It's kind of a way to explain the unexplainable. But yeah, I do encourage. I don't know if you're, you know, you don't have to take what they're saying out there. You can just kind of put your own stuff and your own conclusions, imagination, kind of like Starfire Tour probably does, and yeah, try to make sense of it all, right? But yeah, and there's a theory that we actually are within a black hole already. So I don't know. You know,
I like the white hole. I like your white hole theory better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you should look at that up too.
That's rebirth as opposed to death. I'd rather be. You know.
Right. It is.
Yes. Brian, before we get into the Mandela effects, do you want to pass it over to Guy?
Yeah, Guy, you're welcome to have the floor.
Oh, well, I don't really. All I gotta say is Curiouser&Curiouser has said so many things that all I can do is nod and say my experience too. Very, very similar. So that's pretty interesting. But,
Good.
I think a lot of us are on the same page, though.
All
A few
right.
differences, like I do have the ringing of the ears pretty constant,
Wow.
just all the time.
Yeah.
And I did notice that when I was first, affected. But and for me, as far as slow down or speed up, what I've experienced a slowdown in, which I kind of miss, is when I was first affected in late 2016 and the first part of 2017. It was quite common for me to experience these reversals and flip flops. That's the thing that it happened. I haven't seen a hardcore flip flop where I'm talking about like probably one of the strongest was Hillary Clinton, and then the whole world just kind of flips on its end, and nobody, is talking about Hillary Clinton anymore, having a different name spelling, and it's like, what just happened here? I was, it's something that profound hasn't hit me in a long time, and I kind of miss that. Maybe the biggest one was that building that did change locations where I used to shop, but nothing.
You guys there? Can you hear
crazy.
me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I think we lost the other two. Hold on.
Oh no.
I'm here.
Sorry
hear
about
me?
Okay.
my computer. It keeps randomly going to sleep. I don't know why.
Brian, can you hear me?
And I think it needs a battery. But go ahead, guys.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm asking if they can hear us. I don't know. I think you.
Sandy?
What?
I'm back. We're back.
Sandy?
Is Guy Fauqes here?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Nobody can hear me then.
Lost you.
I can hear you.
Teresa, I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I don't see myself on the thing, like when you're talking. Which
If they can hear us and no one's responding.
well, which round circle are we? Because I only see 3 round circles, and there's more than 3 of us. Like when I'm looking on my my YouTube on my on my TV, I'm only seeing 3 round circles. Shouldn't there be more?
Yeah, the other two are in Messenger.
Teresa, we're not in the app, so you won't see us.
Oh, so I'm part of the 3 then.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do we still have Curious&Curiouser? I'm curious about that.
You still there?
I'm here.
Okay, there we
Yeah.
go.
Good.
There you go. Can you guys think of any more questions?
Lost him.
Sandy? Anybody?
Yes. What
That I didn't ask? Anything that wasn't on the list? Anything that we
No,
can
we're
ask
not.
her?
We're off the list. Guy was talking and he
Oh, I'm
dropped
sorry.
out.
Well, I think the questions were excellent. I would love to somehow get those questions out to the whole community and try and get feedback from a collective to see the different responses that are out there, because those questions were
Yeah, those are some
truly
really good, well
Yeah,
Sandy and I
wonderful
did them last night.
You guys do make me blush.
Aww,
I
we both
wonder
did them
though how
together.
many have those same exact experiences and where the variances are. But I can remember my first Mandela effect. I mean, when you said that, I can almost remember the exact day and time.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's that kind of stuff.
I have to say, thanks also goes to Brian Stavely, because I remembered some of the questions he asked me when he interviewed me on his channel.
Oh wow.
In mine, I just pulled the questions out, what I thought I would want to be asked if I ever one day get interviewed by somebody. And no initials. And I would like those. I could probably answer those questions myself if I get interviewed one day. Excuse me.
I can tell you that I have kind of slinked back into not talking about this almost at all now. I mean, even with Mandela affected people, I've just gotten to where, at first I couldn't think about anything else and I couldn't sleep, and this just was
Oh yes,
consuming. But life is just, and I see things that are different now, and I just kind of like shrug my shoulders. I can't. I don't know what else to say about it. I've already said everything that I can say, and I've got a family to raise. I'm just kind of focused on that all the time. And
exactly.
Not that I don't care, but I have in the past where I used to never miss an opportunity to point out something, or I'll just see the stuff now and just not even say a word. I've
you don't?
Yeah, I've just gotten to where I just let things go. I've even
I can't ignore things. I cannot ignore. I'll be like at Walmart and I'll be standing there, and I guess people think I'm crazy. I have my cell phone on my phone and I'm like looking at something on the shelf, and I'm like taking pictures of it, and I get some really strange looks, and I'm like, oh my god. People
somebody will say a total Mandela effect in front of me now, and where I used to have to point it out, I don't anymore, because I already know what they're gonna say. I've been down that road so many times. It's like there's no surprise in what they're going to say, so I don't even need to ask it. I've already played it out in my mind. I mean, I see things though all the time, and every once in a while, somebody around me who knows how affected I am will bring up, "Oh, this must be a Mandela effect. Look at this, Scott." Even my wife.
Oh wow.
My wife. I did that video about the golden rule. Not being what it was. Do unto others as you would have it. And then she's reading. We're reading. We've got these books that we read to the kids every night, and the book is quoting the golden rule as it used to be.
Wow.
Do unto others as you have those do unto you, right?
Right, as you would have others do unto you. It's
changed.
It's in that book. Yeah, it doesn't say unto. There's no unto. Yeah.
Yeah, it now says due to.
Yeah.
What?
Due to others.
Due to others, yeah.
Due to
Due
others?
to you. Yes.
That's huge. That's that is way too huge.
It was always due to others.
And that's what I made that point in my videos, that we grew up with these verses, memorized them word for word. It was never acceptable ever in church. If you're a good Baptist, at least, you weren't allowed to just change or throw in a word that wasn't there. Nobody.
Oh
did
my
that.
gosh, that is. Did you find that one? Was that one of yours that you found?
Yeah, it's on.
Wow.
My video. Yeah.
That's an awesome find. Wow.
I don't know if it's a find so much as just it hits you in the face one day. It's like, when did this happen? Like, did I just arrive on this planet? Because
you know what I was going to ask you guys. Do you think the Mandela effect wants us to see it? Because I've always told Sandy and Brian that it like gets in my face, like, don't ignore me, and it's like I can't ignore it, and I want to know what you guys think about that. And also, you curious, sir? Do you ever get one like right in your face and you just can't walk away? Like it wants you to see it? Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that it's
like see me.
It isn't like a show, that it needs to be viewed. Yeah, I think so.
Sometimes I felt it being almost like a nefarious mocking too. I've had some that
mocking.
Yes. Like the sense of humor there was a little dark.
Yeah.
And I've also felt like God was revealing it to me at the same time in a you know, in a benevolent way, but I've also had those times where I was like, this is just reality laughing at me right now. You know, this is whatever this
like
is doing.
me. I find an empty box of Fruit Loops on the sidewalk, and I'm like, really? It's empty, and it's like I look down. I'm like, why is Fruit Loops? You know, because it's spelled Froot now, and I'm like, why is this in front of me? And then another time I'll see another object in front of me, and I'm like, it's like it wants me to acknowledge it, like acknowledge,
and
you know that's
residual,
wrong.
You know, in residual research, so many times there'll be something on the computer screen that will be one way, and then it'll just change while I'm looking at it. And
exactly, that's exactly what I was saying.
You know, that's got to be connected to me looking at it right at that time. Something has to know I'm looking at it for that change to happen at that moment, and it happens all the time.
It's like you know, you notice something, and you notice one of them, and you feel like, okay, well, it's not really threatening, so you just feel like, okay, you're not going to fear it. It's not threatening, but it seems like it is tied into something bigger somehow, and that's what's like so unknown.
It's like there's an intelligence behind it.
Right.
Well, there's a certain degree that this was revealed, and it's been revealed to me, but there's a lot of questions that haven't. There's a lot of questions that just go unanswered, and I know. It's like, why did this part get opened up, but then everything else is just, you know, I don't, possibly too much for me to take in or to process. I don't know.
Hey, can I say something real quick? Sandy, I don't know if Guy, if you watched this, and also Curiouser, did you guys happen to catch our last it was like a 4-hour show? Sandy, tell them what happened about the star, and remember, I want them to know about that one for the people who didn't know what happened, the live change. Can you explain that to them in case they didn't know about it? Remember the Mont Blanc?
Yeah.
I'm going to explain that to them because this is huge.
Teresa found that I was familiar with the
explain what happened.
brand, but Mont Blanc, she said that was merged. So I included it with the merged logos, and while we were showing it on air, now I was staring at these images for like a week, cropping them, uploading them to Flickr. I was staring at these images. I helped her look for residue. And while we were live on air with the chat witnessing it, Brian was there, a star appeared in the logo. If you go back to the 4-hour stream, you'll literally hear
never looked there.
Wait, Brian, scroll back up, because I saw the star just appear in front of my face.
Oh,
yeah,
my goodness.
Yeah,
it was not there, guys.
There, you go back to the stream, the star was there the whole time, but it wasn't there for us or anyone to chat now.
I know that
there's
happens
a whole
a lot.
new history to it too now that's added. A whole new history.
Yeah, the history says it's been there since 1939.
Yeah.
The history gets updated retroactively. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I've seen that so many times. It's
updated.
Like new timeline or everything gets modified.
Exactly. Everything.
You know what I've wondered too? Like think of it this way. Like if we were in a sim world simulation game, and the person at the computer hits pause, modifies buildings and changes some things, and then hits go again, the Sims wouldn't notice any time difference. It would just, you know, be instant.
Oh, wow.
And their minds would also probably be, you know, they'd be so fused to the system they wouldn't notice any change. I've wondered if I'm just this sophisticated Sim walking around, because the way these things do, if there's something in real time, there is something real time connected with us. One of the hardest shifts that happened was you know how sometimes you get like that thumb that you're going to use for your next video? I had a thumb for the word Pentecost, with the word Pentecost being spelt with an A. And the church sign had it spelt. No, it wasn't. This wasn't the church sign. This was a debate. Right before I was going to debate Sam Adams, I had this debate poster, and it showed the word Pentecost at the top and with the A. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a good one for my next video, because at first I was doing stuff building up for that debate. But I was like, for my next video, I'm going to show this poster with the word Pentecost. So when I went to do that video, that poster updated, and it was no longer spelled with the A. It was spelled with the E. And that was the only pick that I had around Pentecost saved at the time. I just knew that there was a spelling change, but I hadn't really done a bunch of digging. So I only had that picture saved. and I had it saved as Pentecost with the A, and I was ready to do that video, and I had to use a different video for my thumb, one with the church spelling it that way. But the funny thing is that one I completely know it was, and I saved it specifically to display it in the next coming video, and it just changed on me somewhere in the week or two that I had it. It's what's connected to us that notices when we're looking at it. What is connected that changes it right there, but it doesn't change everything that we look at. It's a rare thing. It's strange.
It drives me crazy to see things change in real time. It actually kind of scares me, and I'm like, Sandy, this residue I was going to send you just changed. And there's been times I've sent a residue, and Sandy's like, you realize it changed? I said, no way.
Yeah.
Right, Sandy? We've had that happen between us.
I noticed too in other people's videos too, where they were showing examples and evidence of things the way they used to be, and they just had a whole string of them. And some of their examples were the current way, so their examples were no longer what they intended. I can tell. And I remember this one person had a list and just listed like all of these different things that had changed. But as I went down their list, I was like, well, wait a minute, this is this way now. So for them, as they're writing it, must have been at one time, and then the world just changed, and now it's no longer. I've seen that so many times with people's videos and their list, and with myself, and I know it happens, but it's.
But what's doing that? What's actually changing things in real time?
It does. It does feel very much like some kind of operating system is working around us, and there's that observer effect thing or something that's sometimes connected. Sometimes these things are so personalized to me. There's just no way that there's not a connection. There's something tethered there. I don't know how it works, but a lot of people reported that too.
Fauqes, got a question from the chat. Actually, it's more of a stated possible effect with it's a Bible effect dealing with Noah's Ark. Do you remember them releasing the dove and a raven?
No.
There's now Running Fox says there's a raven.
Yeah.
But most people, he says, most people think the ravens have always been there.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I remember when that came up as a discussion.
Olive branch.
Yeah, I remember that one as a discussion as a Mandela effect, but I don't have any anchor memory on that. So.
Do you remember 4 sons or 3 sons that Noah had?
I don't know, honestly. I'm Catholic.
Me too. I'm Catholic.
Okay.
3 sons, though, right?
Don't study the Bible. We just learn stuff in religion class.
Why don't you ask the chat?
I remember 3 sons, but the raven I do not remember. I always remember it was the dove.
That I don't remember. I know. No, it was not. He released a dove and he brought back an olive branch, and that's how he knew that the waters had gone down.
That's right.
Trees were. If everything was underwater, they wouldn't have found the olive branch. That's right.
Running Fox says the raven stays in the sky circling until they reach dry land.
What?
I do not remember that at all.
No.
What?
No.
Well, if that's it, I got to look that up. That's really crazy.
Huge.
Fox,
I remember the dove.
Yeah. You're one of the experts that we can actually rely on. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it was definitely a bird that brought back, a stick or something that indicated that dry land was out there.
Nah, for me, it was always a dove.
Check and see, is it an olive branch? I clearly remember an olive branch.
I'm with Sandy.
Not an olive branch. That could be a change for me, too.
Wow.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break in. Go ahead. Do you remember what?
That's worth looking into.
Well, when we're done, we're going to start the Mandela effects. We have a few to go through.
Does Curiouser have anything else she wants to talk about?
Yeah, it's interesting that he was saying the observer thing and how I've heard about people how they feel like they're being watched a little bit.
Yes.
I kind of feel like that. I don't know if it's anything living though. Like I said, if I'm to go with the black hole theory, it may just be a feeling or the environment itself that feels strange and it makes you feel that way. I don't know, but I try to not, feel that way because it's not comfortable. But I do understand that what that is, and it's almost like it. Some things are shouting at you, but view me. That's a Mandela fix, like they want to be seen, like we're saying, a show of some kind. But that's what it feels like.
I thought I was in a dream back in December of 2016. My wife and family just left a Christmas party. We're going down the road. A traffic jam was up ahead. I said, get off on this exit. The exit was called Mark IV. My wife wasn't listening to me or not. She was just, staying in that lane. So it ended up being a very frustrating experience because we had to somehow get over there and it was dangerous. And I remember thinking when I woke up in the morning, that whole incident just seemed to be weird. There was something weird about it. One, the emotions that were in that, why are you not hearing me when I'm saying this? And there's just so many things. And at that time, I was very sensitive to the world around me being constantly giving me communication, like everything symbolized something else. Everything in our environment was, something on a spiritual level for me. I mean, everything. I was just like always listening for the world's messages. But I thought to myself, is it something about Mark chapter 4 in the Bible that I should be reading? So I picked up the Bible that morning. I started reading Mark chapter 4, and it was about the separation of the wheat and the tares. So I had to go to work. I set the Bible down. I got to work, and I said, I want to resume this. When I got to my desk, I want to read this chapter all the way through. So I started reading again, Mark chapter 4. And once again, it was starting out about the separation of the wheat and the tares. While I was reading it on my screen, now I'd already read it on the physical Bible at my house, in my physical paper Bible. And that was the separation of the wheat and the tares. When I got to work, I'm reading it, and the screen flickered, and it changed. And I hadn't touched a thing. And the whole passage disappeared about the separation of wheat and the tares, and all the print changed color. It all changed in color right before my eyes. I stood up and said, I must be dreaming. I said, this is somebody wake me up. This can't be real. And it felt I felt very much like, why is this happening around me so specifically? The night before it was the whole Mark IV exit. I read it, and then this happened. And same thing with Tostinos. I started filming live when that thing changed on me right before my eyes, and that was one of the first that I saw change right before my eyes. I just started recording as I was driving to work, and you can tell there's excitement in my voice because this thing just changed, and I'm like all excited, and I'm just like filming, the car, the dashboard of the car as I'm talking. But back then, a lot of stuff like that was happening.
Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Wow, that's amazing. You remember Tostinos too?
We're running out of time.
What's that?
I have to move to the Mandela effect.
You remember Tostinos too?
Theresa, I have to move to the Mandela effect, so we're not going to be able to cover them.
Oh, yes.
She sounded like a robot.
Oh, cool. I think Brian remembers Totinos, right, Brian?
I remember Tortinos, actually, and there's proof of that,
Can you
too.
hear? Hello, Brian?
Yes, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I'm from
Sorry.
the Tortinos.
I'm from Tostinos.
Tortinos for me.
Brian,
Tortinos?
Mandela effect is yours.
Okay, so everybody.
What do you remember, Curious?
I have to ask the chat. I have to ask the chat.
Brian has a question to the chat, guys.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, it's not Macbeth, is it? No, it's Hamlet.
No, the first one's Macbeth.
Oh, is it Macbeth?
It is.
Okay. I'm actually not the one who found this one, but I'm presenting it in the movie and in the Shakespeare. Do you guys remember double or bubble?
Let me try this one.
Okay. So,
blank, bubble, toil, and trouble.
Blank, bubble, toil, and trouble. The three witches stirring the pot.
Do you remember
the cauldron?
Double bubble or bubble, toil, and trouble? Or do you remember double, toil, and trouble?
Guy, do you know?
I don't.
What do you remember, Guy?
Okay, Running Fox says double.
Double double. Wow. What do you remember, Curiouser?
I don't remember this one.
Blank,
Okay.
blank, toil and trouble.
So double
Double.
double or double double.
Space
Double.
Grace Truth says double double. And Running Fox says, I love Shakespeare. Wake Up Style says double. Everyone's saying double.
No, Space River News says double bubble.
Space River News says double bubble. What about you, Curiouser? What do you remember?
I really don't remember this one.
She don't know that one, Brian.
All right, so now the three witches, they say bubble bubble,
No, they
toil
don't.
and
They say
trouble.
double double.
They say what?
Double double, like Running Fox.
No, they say bubble bubble.
They say bubble bubble now?
I think. I don't know
Why don't you
now.
look it up, Brian? Go to the internet and look it up.
Hang on. It better not. Sometimes these effects they flip back.
I can't keep up sometimes.
I remember double bubble, toil and trouble.
That's what I remember. I'm with Sandy. Double bubble, toil and trouble.
That is what I remember.
Oh yeah. It's double double toil and trouble now, but I remember bubble bubble.
You remember bubble bubble?
Yeah, bubble bubble toil and trouble.
Wow.
Well, we have residue of all of it.
But and it might be
That's
double bubble toil and trouble, but it was never double double,
I don't
right?
remember double double.
Okay, so that's where we're at with this thing.
It
And we
reminds
got residue, right, Sandy?
And you actually, how much residue did you guys have on this one?
You don't want to know.
like 8 or 9.
That's not bad.
But there's multiple types of, like I have double bubble and bubble bubble. I have both.
It's weird, isn't it?
And
Which is confusing because it's like different timelines there.
but the folders in
You
there.
want to present them, Brian?
Yeah. I'm presenting it now. Now
Thank
you have
you.
There's several folders, but I'm trying to find the one with the pictures in them.
Why is it doing that?
I don't know. Okay, so
It's that one. It's that one.
the one with
It's
4
the one with
photos.
the cauldron on the front. It's the one with the cauldron, the black cauldron.
All right, hold on. The one with the cauldron.
Yeah, they should all be in that one. What is going on? Are you sure?
Okay, yeah, this
I'll
is
have to
it.
refresh it.
Yeah, I might have to refresh it, but this is it. There's residue here. It says, you see it, bubble, bubble, toil,
There you
and
go.
trouble. Bubble, bubble, toil, and trouble. See, I mean, due to the fact there's residue, you have to say that this is possibly a Mandela effect.
Yes.
Double bubble, and there's the gum.
And there's the gum, like Jacobian was mentioning.
Notice the spelling. It says double bubble, D-O-U, and then it says D-U-B-B-L-E down here. And that's another M-E. That's an older one. Double
Now,
bubble the gum.
Yeah, now the reason why I remember it so clearly is because I played one of these witches. We did, I think it was eighth grade. It was sixth grade or 8th grade. I can't remember which grade. I think it was 8th though. We did Macbeth the comedy. The teacher changed the story to I'm saying comedy very loosely here with like air quotes. We were like laughing hysterically because we felt stupid, but it was supposedly a comedy version. And I played one of the witches, and for me it was double bubble, toil and trouble.
That's what
Fire burns and cauldron bubbles.
That's what I'm leaning more toward that now. Double bubble. It was never double double.
Double double is not right for me at all.
Me either.
And in the movie Hocus Pocus, don't they say double double now?
They say double double, yes.
Yep. Bubble bubble, toil and trouble is what this thing says here.
But I believe it could have been bubble bubble for you.
All right, so
Sandy,
So
who found this effect?
next, I need
I'm not
you guys
really
to
sure.
chat.
I'm not really sure. Who did I say found it?
You didn't. I thought it was you.
It wasn't me who found it. I was asking you about it, Sandy, but it was
I found that one, the bubble gum. I found that one, the bubble gum.
Well, you're talking about the residue.
the residue. Yeah.
Brian, while I'm asking Chad this, why don't you refresh the page and see if it fixes the folders?
All right, we'll try that.
All right, guys. There's a famous ballet dancer. You may not, depending on your age, you may not have heard of this person, but your name is Mikhail Baryshnikov. I'm going to make this easy on you because Baryshnikov is probably a hard name to spell. But the last name has changed for me 100%. B-A-R space. Was it an I or a Y? And please chime in if you guys know this guy, Curiouser or guy. Do you know who Mikhail Baryshnikov is? And did you know how their last name is spelled?
I don't remember how it's spelled. If I just the name.
You do know the name though. How about you, Guy? Are you here?
Yeah, I don't have a memory on it though.
I can't even spell the name, Sandy. Stop
can't
and help me.
That
See, I
was
was in dance class. I had, actual education on this. That's why I know this is strange for me. This is big for me. But I don't know if anybody else knows Mikhail Baryshnikov.
okay. So you have
Dance a Baryshnikov with an I.
okay. Running Fox says Baryshnikov with an I.
Right.
Is that what it
That's
is
what I
now?
remember.
All right. What is it now?
It's a Y.
No, that doesn't even make sense. Is it a Russian?
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't make sense with a Y.
Is it a Russian?
No, it
It's
would
a
not. It
Russian
would not
name.
make sense. Sorry.
It's okay. It's funny.
No.
No, it's a Y now. It's always been a Y. This looks ridiculous.
No way.
Yeah.
What do you think, Guy?
They said they don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
There's a couple in there's actually a lot. Like the next one's Teresa's. I've never heard of the place, but there are some in here, guys. Hang in there. There's some in here that you're gonna know. You're gonna be able to chime in. Don't worry. I promise. I swear. There's a couple in here you're gonna be able to chime in on. But Brian, you just want to go to the folder and just show the residue?
Yeah, I'm looking at it for Baryshnikov.
Mm-hmm.
Let me start back at the beginning.
The folders.
Yeah, I'm in there now. Baryshnikov with an I, residue.
It's a lot of it.
And you're saying there's a Y now.
There's a Y now, yeah. There's an image in there of how it is now. I mean, this guy's the most famous male ballet dancer that's ever existed.
Oh, wow.
And
I think he was well known about in the 80s, wasn't he? More well known in the 80s?
more well known in the 80s. That's why I said depending on your age, you may not.
Yeah,
person.
that's true.
Oh, and he was in the Nutcracker, correct?
That's old people.
You go to the top of that. There you go. That's Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. How could they get it wrong?
Yep.
Sex. Is it Sex and the City or Sex in
No,
the City?
that's the way it is now, and the city.
Dang it.
But I wasn't concerned about that right now. I'm concerned about Baryshnikov with an I.
It's spelled with a Y now. Yep.
It's spelled with a Y now, and it looks ridiculous. Look at that, Ronnie Fox. Look at that.
Let's see. What does Running Fox say? Whoa, big one. Big one. My daughter owns a dance studio.
Uh-huh.
He's been in everything, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
he's been in everything.
Wow.
Look crazy. Oh my goodness.
The next one would be in folder LEP 12-WEEKI. WEEKI. Never heard of this place. This is a local one for Teresa. Teresa, why don't you tell us about it?
Which one is this?
Your wiki-wacky, wiki-watchy, whatever it is.
Oh, yes. Wikiwachi is spelled different now for me. Do you have a before and after shot, Sandy?
I have stuff in the folder.
Yeah.
Guys,
Okay.
if
I
you
used to
know
go.
of a state park named Wikiwachi, can you tell
It's
me
in
how it's spelled?
Florida.
I'm not hopeful that many of you do, because you have to live in Florida to know this place, but hey,
It's been around. I don't know when it first came out. Are you able to Google it real fast, Sandy? Find out when it first opened. It's been
Brian,
around many years.
I
are
have,
you able to Google it really quickly?
yeah, Wikiwachi.
I'll tell you how to spell it in the
Yeah, the spelling is really messed up.
It's WEEKI,
No.
and it's WAC. It's just different. It's completely different from what Theresa remembers.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't spelled
like
like
I
that.
said, when I was young, my parents took me there all the time, and the spelling is really messed up. And between Sandy and me, we found residue for it, which is the way that I remember it and other people remember it. So this is kind of a personal one for me.
Wiki. And Wikiwachi, she was calling it. So we typed in Wiki, like with a CKI, and there's a ton of residue.
Yeah, somebody put, so funny you went here. My grandparents live right near Wikiwachi. They spelled it with an I.
What do you think? Show the
W-I-C-K-I.
way it's spelled now.
And that's in 2009.
Well,
Yeah.
same thing
This is
here.
a big personal one, Brian.
We see W-I-C-K-I.
Uh-huh. It's crazy. Only people who live in Florida or might know about this one. I don't know if we have any people who grew up in Florida, like I used to live there.
So far, no one's chimed in, Theresa.
Well, Brian Bailey talks about
Centerville being
changed. Yeah.
And I talked about how a main road in Philadelphia called City Line Avenue has always been City Avenue now.
It's funny, we all have our own personal MEs that affect us, you know, that we come across. That might not affect somebody else, but affects us.
For sure. Yeah, which we can obviously see affects other people, just not in our
Theresa knows of my personal ME in Germany, or what I thought was. Remember?
Yeah, and I found it, your residue too. Remember how long it took me?
Yeah.
I worked hard on that one. I dug and dug and dug, and you were in shock that I found it. You know that, right?
Yeah, I was.
Brian, the one that you just jumped off of, there's actually a song.
There is?
Yeah, the last image you just showed.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Wikiwachi Wedding.
Wikiwachi Wedding. That's the song.
That's residue.
And tell them how it's spelled now.
W-E-E-K-I.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the next one I know Guy and Curious are going to be able to chime in on. What do you guys remember? D. Dalton. What? Book what? D. Dalton book what? Guys, do you remember B. Dalton's?
Anyone?
It's been around.
B. Dalton.
What do you remember?
Curiouser?
B. Dalton.
Blank.
What? Do you remember book? Yeah, do you remember bookstore or bookseller?
I'm not familiar with this.
Oh, you're not?
Store.
I mean,
do you know what where these are located?
Well, they don't exist anymore. They were bought out by Walden and then Barnes & Noble.
You know,
What about you, Guy?
Oh, okay.
Well, it seems like it would be bookstore, doesn't it?
Yeah, now tell them what it is now.
Is what it is now.
Yeah, it's booksellers.
Yeah, it's booksellers now, and that's what a lot of people chat are remembering. But I don't, and there's a ton of residue for I remember.
Rick
B.
remembers
Dalton
books.
Bookstore.
Wow, look,
Well,
bookseller running Fauqes.
I
Okay, they're
don't really.
capitalizing the B. You see how they're capitalizing the B?
Yeah,
That's what. Trust me, the residue I got is being specific.
yeah.
So
I don't.
lowercase b would just say a bookstore, but they're talking about an actual title.
Yeah, I don't remember this one. I don't know this one. I mean, so I wouldn't be able to help. But it seems like it would be bookstore.
I can't believe B. Dalton. You guys you've never heard of it. It's
I've
crazy.
never heard of it. I've been in the South too long. I think I've been, you know.
It was in the South, Brian.
I've never heard of this place.
Well, I thought it was B. Dalton Books, but yeah, I haven't looked that
Yeah.
close. Obviously, not well read enough. I always went to
Wow.
half price books because I'm cheap.
It's at the top, Brian, on that one.
Which one? Oh, at the top.
Yeah, it's at the top. It says B. Dalton Bookstore.
Oh, nice. Good find. Yeah, because right here in Wikimedia, it says bookstore at the top and then bookseller at the bottom. That's weird.
That was fun finding residue for that one, Sandy. You and me.
Spider-Man.
Oh, no, wait. The Spider-Man is actually a sketch that someone made for B. Dalton. To get back to it.
Oh yeah.
Bookstore.
And he wrote
I just found something at Barnes and Noble's booksellers. Now they have booksellers underneath
because
Barnes
they
and Noble.
bought out B. Dalton Booksellers.
Oh, is that what? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's why.
Tristan did the same thing. Yeah.
Hmm.
It was on our list till we realized that they bought them out and they merged them.
Yeah.
Trust me, it was on the list up until like last night. That's when we realized.
They got bookstore right, but they got JCPenney wrong.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
JCPenney was my big enemy, I think.
Me too. That was another big one for me.
Party like it's 1999. B. Dalton Bookstore.
One of my sketches.
I was a reader. I love bookstores. I was always in
That's
them.
another one.
Yeah. And this person had an interview there.
Yeah, look at the bottom.
Wait, at the bottom?
Yeah, well, when you scroll down at the bottom of it, yeah, the comments. That's where you see it.
No, it's just an image, Theresa, of the article.
All right. So we have Spider-Man Spin Rack, B. Dalton Bookstore.
And that's that's an ad that he's drawing for B. Dalton.
That piece of paper is worth $1,000.
Bookstore.
B. Dalton Bookseller.
A lot of good residue, guys.
Good residue. I don't
like
know what,
the Spider-Man
what-
drawing.
I wish I could be more help on this one. This one says B. Dalton Bookstore in the top there. This looks like a Reddit. And then right here it says bookseller.
Wow.
That's how you find a lot of these Emmys. You'll see the title different from what the content is. Yeah, we'll say that's a possible. What's the next one we got, Sandy?
The next one is your Hamlet.
Okay. Hamlet.
I didn't know this one, guys.
Okay, do you guys remember the part in Hamlet where he holds up the skull? And what does he say? Alas, poor blank.
No, alas, poor Yorick.
Right, alas, poor Yorick. I knew him blank. What do you guys remember? Does anybody know this quote?
Anybody on the panel know the quote?
What is
I
it
do
again?
not.
Anybody?
We lost.
Guy?
What's the quote again? I lost my audio. for a minute.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him blank.
I knew him well.
That's what I remember.
Well, yes, well.
It's never been that way. It's always been alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio.
What?
Horatio.
Horatio?
Yeah.
Esther says well, too.
Yeah, I mean, there's residue for that. I'm about to show you guys.
Oh, yeah, what's
Actually,
his residue,
wow.
Brian? You haven't even seen it yet.
I kind of remember that from the cartoons, like Looney Tunes or something. I tell you what, Looney Tunes was a great way of keeping up with like classic.
Yep, I agree with you. I'm with you on that. The only classics that I ever got to read were through Looney Tunes.
Yeah, and the music too, classical music.
And when Brian said I knew him well, that sounded right to me. Horatio sounds ridiculous.
Yeah. If he's, I think you might have said, "Alas, poor Yerk, I knew him well, Horatio." Yep, alas, poor Yerk, I knew him well. Alas, poor Yerk, I knew him well. Wow, you guys found a lot of residue. I'm surprised.
Yes.
And then you have this actor actually saying it too. He's acting the part out. So that little clip is residue.
11:11. I just looked at the clock.
Wow. Alas, poor Yerk, I knew him well.
Well, my time it's 11:11.
Mine's 8:11.
You know, it's the Romeo and Juliet not being on the balcony scene anymore. That one just kind of blows my mind.
Wait, what?
They're not on the balcony anymore?
No,
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, that's I think Moneybags.
The balcony.
Yeah, the balcony scene is no longer.
Wow.
You mean it don't exist? You mean it don't exist no more?
You know, like they didn't do this. They didn't say those words with him standing on the ground looking up to the balcony.
No way.
Wow.
I have to go find the Moneybags video on that one. It was a couple years ago, but that one tripped me out.
Wow. That's new for me, Guy.
Yeah, you guys gotta see that video.
We've got just a couple more minutes here. We've got to squeeze in these last two effects.
There's three.
We have Sandy.
Three.
Okay, so we have candy snacks.
And then there's Jabba the Hutt, which is a new one, guys.
Okay.
And Jabba the Hutt.
Go ahead. What is it?
Okay. Apparently, handy snacks.
And how do you spell handy from handy snacks?
Does anybody remember handy snacks?
Are the little packages of crackers with the cheese that you spread on the cracker with the little red stick. You know what I'm talking about?
I love those.
Well, Brian's showing the residue before even asking how it's spelled.
Okay, how do you spell handy snacks, guys? Help us out here.
Running Fox is handy.
Esther says handy with an I.
That's not what I remember, guys.
Handy with an I, Running Fox.
None of it step in that Scarab Performance remembers it like I do.
What?
What?
He remembers it with a Y, like me.
And it's residue.
They no longer have a red stick, just cheese and crackers.
Right, stick.
They used to have the red stick. Everybody remembers that.
I want my red stick.
How do they not have a? Is there still a stick? It's just not red.
No, they don't have a red stick anymore.
And how are you supposed to
why?
cheese?
Good question.
Don't tell me the stick's a Mandela effect too.
Oh my gosh.
Candy snacks with an I, and it has a dash, by the way.
Yeah, it has a dash. I don't really remember the dash, but I'm not
Handy
concerned
snacks.
about that as much as I am spelling. And
I used to eat
I've never had
all
one.
the time. No, Theresa, they have your red stick. You're good.
What? My red stick's back?
No, the red stick was on the old packages. But look, guys, there is residue for handy snacks with a Y, so it is tough to say on this one.
oh no, there's more than that, Brian. There's manifests from like Eagle grocery stores, giant grocery stores. Manifests for the people putting it on the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they spell it wrong?
Kraft handy snacks
Right
with
here.
a Y.
That's from Giant Eagle grocery store.
Everybody's saying HANDI.
Ritz.
I know.
Ritz handy snacks
There's one Y, but
with a Y, and then down here it's got an I.
My Satterwhite.
All right. So
Wow.
that's that one. And what's next, Sandy?
Next is another local one for Theresa, Cypress Garden. It's a logo thing, but it's really confusing because there's like 100
It looks
logos.
really bizarre.
It's a really bizarre logo. I'll give her that.
Very bizarre.
All the way back to 1989.
I'm not seeing the folder for. Wait,
It's
there
right
it is.
there. It's right next to the one the wiki.
Never mind, I see it. Cypress Garden. So what happened to C and the Y, or what happened?
Oh no, it's the A. You'll see.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait. I found that one when I found the
No.
the other effect.
It's the A and the D that are broken now.
The Wiki Watch, she led me to that one.
Well, no, there's different things. That's why I'm showing you all of these.
Yeah.
Okay.
The A and the D, the A's and the D are broken there in that logo.
Yeah.
But then and the Y and the D is merged. But in another logo, wait until you see the A. Keep going. It looks like a number 4.
Whoa.
Yeah, the R's
Yep.
are reaching. That's weird.
The E and the S is
I
merged.
freaked out.
The P is broken, and the G
Yeah.
and the A is merged. Wow. When did this
That
happen?
was too bizarre, Brian.
The G and the A is broken too, by the way.
And connected. It looks so weird.
No, there's no way it was like
The A
that.
is erased. It looks like an H or something. Like a whole new letter.
There's no way it was like that. What do you think? What do you think, Curiouser?
From 1989.
No.
I don't know if I can remember that one.
Well,
I don't
just
think I
going
can.
by,
I'm
I
trying.
don't remember either. I don't remember these at all.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I don't remember there being logos like that in 1989.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy to me.
True.
All right, so the last one's in 3 parts. Brian, don't open any folders because I got to tell you which one to open first.
Okay, I'm not opening it.
All right. In the chat, what color is Jabba the Hutt? And Curiouser and Guy, what color is Jabba the Hutt?
Guy, what color is Jabba the Hutt?
Red.
Isn't he kind of like a pasty tan or
Yeah.
Oh
Right.
gosh, who remembers the
kind of a or grayish tan, kind of a bland color?
Bland color. That's great. That's gray tan. Great. Or just stay there. Let's see what the chat says. And I hope Dan's listening in or will listen in later.
Running Fox says baby poop brown.
Baby blue, brown, baby tan, brown,
Orange.
light. Fantastic, guys. Okay, so Brian, can you go to the one that says new Jabba the Hutt?
Wait till you see it now, guys.
New Jabba the Hutt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, see, Esther says he's brownish green. Now, I can agree to that, like a poop color, like a greenish tinge tan. I can agree to that too. No problem. What I can't agree to is green. He is green, guys.
Blue.
Like dark green, like looks fully like a lizard now.
Yep.
As a kid, I always thought of him as like a sand monster. Never in my mind did it cross that he was a lizard, even though now that's all I see is a lizard. So look at the residue. We got a cake that Theresa found. He's tan.
Tell them how you found it with my comic book.
Teresa, we don't have time. Brian's got to
We have a Jabba the Hutt latex casting.
That's actually from the movie.
Wow.
It's tan.
And it is a tan color.
It's tan. I'm just waiting until you get to a green one so everybody can be like, no way. Because when I saw this,
And
I couldn't believe.
not to mention, didn't you find out that he had tattoos also now?
Yeah, I was going to get to that, Brian.
All right,
you showed
sorry.
the images. It's okay. There's a separate folder for it.
I know you're excited about this one.
Yeah. Now, it's interesting. You see that green on on the tail?
Yeah.
I can believe that too.
Guys, hey, I'm back. Sorry. It booted me out.
I notice every time that I have to relog in, it reminds us that this is a mobile experiment. I guess trying to tell me don't expect much.
Yeah, and it's not a bad app. I wish it wouldn't cut out all the time. I don't know if it's my computer or the app at times. Let me try to get the rest of everybody else in here. I'm sorry about that, guy. Hang on.
Yeah, it's working itself out. Everything has to go through this.
Okay,
Oh
guys, hello.
Yeah, we're back. Yes.
Okay, we got everybody.
I
I
don't know
think
about
Theresa, tell her to jump back in.
Guys, can you hear us now?
Yes.
No, it's the new program, Brian.
Yeah, it must have been so much easier with the other
Hangouts.
ones.
Okay, there we go.
Google doesn't
Okay.
seem to think we should be speaking to each other.
We got Theresa.
Okay,
She's
so
back.
back to the residue. So, actually, what is the Google Jabba the Hutt?
I'm
Show
back.
us what Lorrie is.
Yes, certainly. Let me. Jabba the Hutt.
Cut out again, guys. Sorry, I'm back.
It's all right, Teresa.
So he is green now? Is that what we're saying?
He's got a
Yeah,
tan belly
green.
that's on the yellow side, and he's green.
He looks really gross. He looks like that thing from
You guys-
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, you guys are going to freak out.
Where'd you see it?
We're waiting
Look,
for you to present.
there's Jabba the Hutt. Does that look like the Jabba the Hutt that you all remember?
He definitely has more color now.
He's green. He looks like
Yeah,
a giant.
better
He looks like a
pictures.
giant cucumber.
Orangish and bluish.
No, he's definitely green. I have better pictures.
The green arms.
He is green now.
Oh yeah, it's like a
There's no like greenish tan.
reptile.
Yeah, he looks like a toad. You know what I said he looks like? He now reminds me, not that he's but remember the TV show in the 90s, Dinosaurs?
Yeah.
I'm the baby. He reminds me of them now.
I'm the baby.
He is green now, guys. He
No.
is so green. I have never. He was tan.
And he has a tattoo on his right arm.
He has a tattoo on his right arm
And
now.
that.
Yes or no? That.
Yeah.
You remember him having a tattoo. Brian, there's another folder tattoo. Please go to that.
Okay.
Sandy Brian stayed when he's in the house.
I know. I was talking to him a second ago.
Hey, Brian.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Brian, welcome.
He is green now, guys. I'm sorry. This is huge. And
Sandy, he might be getting ready for Christmas.
that's your brother. What are you saying, Teresa?
He's getting ready for Christmas early. Green?
Oh, Brian, wait. That right there. The Wikipedia. Can you go back to that?
Wait, which one?
The one you just showed last in the job of the new folder.
Oh, in the new folder.
Yeah, the Wikipedia. Go back. You're in the wrong folder.
Oh, that Jabba.
You're in the wrong folder, Brian.
This one.
No.
No, I'm here. I promise. I'm in
I'm
the.
in a 20-second delay here. I can't see on my phone.
Okay, I'm in the Wikipedia.
You see the one with the blue bar at the top that says Wikipedia? Read the highlighted part.
Young Hutts tended to have a uniform light tan skin and lacked greenish pigmentation on their spine that went down to their tail as they aged.
So according to Wikipedia, the only green that was on Jabba the Hutt should have been on his spine and his tail. Not all over his body, not on his arms. On his spine and tail.
Was that,
And it's green.
Sandy, was that the article I found the other day?
Yeah. It's greenish pigmentation, not green. You understand?
Yeah.
So according to Wikipedia,
Exactly.
he should not be green the way he's green.
Right.
So he's green and he has a tattoo now, folks.
Yeah, so there's a tattoo folder. LEP12 tattoo.
I see. Okay.
That's a few changes.
Hut, not Hut.
No, not
Okay,
that
not that one.
It says.
I don't remember
Oh,
any
tattoo.
green, just gray.
Yeah, I don't
So-
remember the green at all. It's not Hut. It's not the Hutt one. That's my original Mandela effect. I remember it with one T. Even though that's the species is Hutt, I still remember one T. And I found residue for Pizza the Hutt as well, because Pizza the Hutt is 2 T's now. So can you show them the tattoos, please?
Yeah, I'm showing them right now.
So this is actually a shot from the movie where he's putting his hand on Leia's shoulder.
Looks like Poseidon's trident, sort of, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. There's a close-up, nice and clear on his green arm.
Yep.
Look how green that is.
Yeah, that's. I mean, Guy or Curiouser, do you guys remember Star Wars and Jabba the Hutt being that green?
Never. No, he was gray.
There's a schematic for it.
Central Spike.
I don't remember this tattoo at all, guys. I found
What's
this
it say over
whole
here?
Mandela effect because Theresa showed me a book and he was tan on the cover, but the arms were green. I'm like, why are his arms green?
Comic book.
Yep.
Yeah. Why are his arms green? And then I looked and I'm like, oh my God, he's green.
I'm gonna one last look at the chat. Oh crap, we lost Guy. Guy, you there?
I'm here.
Sorry, I
Keep
didn't realize you were gone. So we were asking, do you remember Jabba the Hutt being green or tan, or what do you remember?
This is like the hugest one for the evening for me. That's crazy. Absolutely nuts. This thing having all that color is crazy.
So do me a favor, when next time you talk to Dan, tell him that because he thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah, Dan's got some opinions, that's for sure. But I'm just gonna say maybe another world at another time.
Do you remember a tattoo, Guy?
No, I don't
No,
remember
look
any
at this.
tattoo. I just remember a very plain, generic Java, like a
Where does
tan.
tattoo come from?
Well, guys, first of all, Curiouser, thank you for hanging in here, going
You're
through
welcome.
all that trouble.
Oh, I loved it. It's great.
Oh, I'm glad. Oh, my God.
Thank you so much, Curiouser
Yeah.
and Guy Fauqes.
And thank you guys for coming on. It's so nice to have you guys. I hope you'll come back.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely.
And
The phone
a
held
very
out.
special thanks to the viewers for hanging in, like in the dark, not knowing all the stuff we were going through to get live. I mean, it was crazy. My whole day, my nerves are shot. Like, it's been a long day.
We hope you guys will do, Curiouser and Guy, we hope you guys will do this again.
And wait,
Correct.
we forgot to thank Theresa and Sandy for all the
Okay.
beautiful residue. Thank you, guys.
Oh, you're welcome.
Anytime. You know we
Anyway,
do it for fun.
guys, have a great Mandela Effect weekend, and God bless you all, okay? And we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Great show, you guys.
Thank you. I feel exhausted.